Hi, Bill Risser with Chicago Title. Today I want to talk a little bit about Facebook privacy settings and some of the changes they've gone through recently. This is actually going to be part one. There's so much, we're going to break it up into two pieces. The first thing I want you to notice is when you go to Account Privacy Settings, we end up on this page. And Control Privacy when you post, there's really nothing you can do here. But what it does, it's telling you when you send out each individual post, you control from within the post who sees that update. So you have to control your own audience every time you post. Now, if you use phone applications like your BlackBerry, your Apple, your Droid, this is where you can set what is going to be my default privacy setting when I'm not on Facebook online. What's the default for some of my other applications or my other tools when I'm posting on Facebook. So you'll set those here. And these 5 sections, the first one is how you connect. And there are 5 basic areas. Who can look up your profile on Facebook? Who can send you a friend request? And who can send you a message? In my opinion, all 3 of those are everyone. You want to be found on Facebook. If you have a different reason, for some other reason, go ahead and change those. But then we get a little different down below. Who can post on your wall? Obviously, you have 2 choices, friends or yourself. It's either everybody or nobody. I always default for everybody. I want to make sure that people have a chance to engage and interact with me. For those of you concerned about negative things being posted to your wall, you should have your notifications set that you get an email or a text when somebody posts on your wall, so if it's negative you can delete it immediately. Who can see wall posts by others on your profile? I have a little customization in this, and that's only because I use friend lists, but I allow all my friends except anyone I've put on a restricted list that I've created. So that's just something I cover in my workshop. If you want more information about that, get in touch with me. But that's just a little extra level of protection that I like to use. So that's how you connect. How tags work, this is quite different from the past. If somebody tags you, puts your name in a certain way into a profile so it identifies it as you, or they tag a photo of you, you now have the right to determine whether that tagged information can go to your wall. And you can review the tags you've been tagged with prior, you approve them, and then they get posted to your wall. I personally have that turned off. By clicking here, you can turn it on. I have it off. I'm not concerned about people tagging me. I know that I can untag myself if I don't want it. To be quite honest, I've never had to untag myself. Profile visibility of posts you're tagged in once they're on your profile. Who can see them? Well, once again, I've chosen the ability to go custom, and as always, I've gone friends only except restricted. So when I have that opportunity, I generally will do that. Instead of calling it friends, I like the friends only except restricted because of my restricted list strategy that I use. And then finally, below, these are 2 kind of newer features inside Facebook. Tag suggestions when friends upload photos that look like you. So if a friend of yours uploads a picture, there's a switch they can turn on that will allow Facebook to go through and try and identify who's in those pictures. And if you're one of them, they'll be able to tag you. So if you want to have that on, great, turn it on. I would suggest if you're a little nervous about that, turn that one off. And finally, friends can check you into places using the Mobile Places app. When someone's got a smartphone and they decide to check in at an event they're at, they can check you in with them unless you turn this off. So my recommendation for most people in these settings would be off on all 4. And this could be friends only or whatever you're comfortable with. And then finally, the ones that we're really worried about, apps and websites. These are if you've if you've authorized an app to use Facebook, you can control those settings in here. How much information can they share? How much information can they get from you? What apps are you using? You can remove unwanted apps and turn off all apps if you don't want to play with any of those Facebook tools. The next one down, you do have the ability to control past posts. You can go back and change which friends can see past posts. So that's an interesting new tool that was added. And this is nothing new, this blocked people and apps. If you've blocked someone, you can reinstate them and manage all of that. So that's part 1 of the privacy settings. In part 2, we'll discuss the actual fine-tuned privacy settings of each individual thing you share on Facebook inside your wall. So if you need any more information, drop me a note on Facebook, or you can always go to chicagotitlearizona.com, look at our classes and event schedule, and sign up for one of our Facebook workshops, and we'll talk to you again soon.